Okay, everybody, we're just going to do a quick walk around of an F20 tractor I'm putting on eBay. It's a 1936. Serial number is FA61401, I believe it is. Let me check it really quick. Yeah, 61401, if you can see that in there. Okay, so done some work on this tractor. This first of all, the tractor is an electric start. It's got a Heisler bell housing on it, which was an option you get by the Heisler company. Back in the day, it was an aftermarket add-on. So you have an electric starter down there, the bell housing. So they basically added that little area onto the bell housing there where the starter goes into. So you have an electric start. It also has the Heisler intake and exhaust manifold combination. This one does have a crack right here. It's just leaking out a little bit on the bottom, but that just needs to be ground out a little bit and some nickel rod in there. Fix it up, but otherwise it's pretty solid. I would do it right on the tractor so you don't take it apart and it comes apart or misaligns or anything. Just weld it up right there. New choke rod on there that I fabricated, and it's also got the choke rod going up to the seat area there, since you can start this from the seat. It has a starter switch up here, and it has an amp meter over there, but there's no generator on this. There might have been at one point in its life. It does have the dual pulley fan hub on there, so you have the front pulley goes to the belt for the fan, and that inner pulley there is for a generator that you can run off. They, I guess, attach to the side of the head, so you can run a generator or alternator, whatever you prefer. What else we got here? It has a handbrake here with the locking mechanism for the park brake, and it also has on the other side, walk around here, it has the optional foot brakes, which were added on, and they too have a parking brake mechanism right here. And if you put a rod between the pedals here, there's a bolt here to tighten it up, lock the pedals together, you can lock both wheels for a parking brake. So that was another option on these tractors. This has the belt pulley delete cover on it. If you want a belt pulley, I probably have one laying around here. I'll swap the belt pulley out for the cover. This one also has a hydraulic pump on it, okay, which is attached down, if you can see it here, to the front of the transmission. It is a belly pump, what they call. I guess these were options at one point in its life. I don't know if there's any oil in there or not, but and this is the control rod for it that goes up to this bracket. So I don't know if this was a factory option or something that was added on later in life. And then you have the pipe going up there next to the battery that has the remotes on it, one on this side and one on the other side of the battery by the bungee cords there. You can't see it, but so you got the belly pump, and it also has the Bellin. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see if I can zoom in on there. It's a Bellin. It's BEHLEN, Bellin high speed or road gear. That was what they call it. Actually says high speed road gear on the cover. So basically with this tractor, most of these F20s, especially the early ones, had they have 4 speeds forward and 1 reverse, and you could have had a high speed gear put into the transmission by the dealers, which was entailed pulling the whole trans apart and upgrading it, or I guess before they had that option, they put the road gears on here. So you basically put your transmission in a neutral, and then you have this lever right here that you lift up, and when you're in neutral with the clutch in, lift that all the way up until it locks in, and then you have a high-speed road gear, which is pretty fast, 20-something miles an hour, I'd say at least. I've never had a GPS in my hand to test it, but it goes pretty good down the road. So that's the another option there. You have the upgraded seat with the rear shock absorber on it, Needs some bushings in here on the shock absorber. It's a little sloppy. They're just like shock bushings though. But that was an upgrade over just the standard flat steel spring that came out. And another option this tractor has is the PTO extension. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that little platform there, underneath it is your PTO shaft, and there is an extension bar under there that goes up to the PTO where it normally comes out of the tractor. So PTO extension. The drawbar is really good on this, nice and straight, no cracks. Actually, it doesn't even look like it was used that much. The holes are all nice, nothing's all oblong or anything. Just pulled the rear wheels off and redid the brake linings. The brake linings are brand new. Both wheels stop perfectly, they're adjusted nice, so you have good rear brakes. The rear tires are very meaty, with some weather checking in there. I guess you can see that, maybe. And they're rear cutoffs, but they're solid rims, very nice. They'll clean up really good. Pretty fat rims too. So you can put some bigger tires on there if you're planning on pulling the tractor or something. Just changed the oil and the oil filter. Cleaned out the bottom of the pan, got all the crap that was laying in there over the years. This does have the upgraded governor or throttle control here. It goes up along the side of the tank, comes down. This is an upgrade that controls the governor right here, where originally they had this connection right here that you had another extension of the rod here. That's your the rod that goes down in the hood. There is your spark control for the magneto, and you had another one that went through the hood right here, and that went down to this point, and they actually still left this on here. Usually everybody takes this off, but it's that was the throttle originally. So quite a few upgrades on this. I just have the battery strapped on here. I don't have a battery box, but if you get a battery box and bolt it on the side, get it out of the way up in here, it'd be really nice. That's what it needs. You have your engagement lever here for the PTO and the belt pulley, and somebody's added on this rod right here. I guess you don't have to reach over to grab it, but that'll just come undone. They got a screw in here and like a bent nail or something, so that'll come right out. I just took the clutch apart, cleaned up the pressure plate, blasted it, painted it all up. Clutch is great shape. It's all adjusted now. It engages smoothly and right where it's supposed to. It's about midway, so the clutch is really good on this. Put some new springs on there. Cleaned out the sediment bowl, took it out, cleaned it all up, got all any junk out of there. The inside of the tank is beautiful, spotless, no rust in there, very clean. A couple spots on here, somebody hogged this thing out around the exhaust pipe here, because the Heisler manifolds actually stick out further towards the side of the tractor than the original cast iron manifolds, which is what they used when they ran the kerosene. But these run, when you're running on gas, these Heisler manifolds run so much better. So I just cleaned up this spot around here and just put some primer on there. It's missing the little rain cap up here for the air cleaner. They make aftermarket ones of those. That's no big deal. And this is what we call around here, my buddies and I, a round top steering pedestal. They have the older ones, which on the regulars were open gears, and then about 32 through 34, I think it was, they went to a duckbill, which basically put a cast iron housing over the regular gears. Then they went to a worm gear, and they used this round top, and I believe it was 36 or 30, 37, 38. They went to what we call a castle top, where they have a number of bolts around the top here. Totally different top housing, the way they bolt it on. Why they changed it, I don't know. Radiator's good, no leaks at all. It's got antifreeze in it, so you're good to go as far as that goes. This particular tractor came with a muffler. It's actually a lot nicer than running the open pipe if you don't want all that noise. Just, you know, some kind of a stock muffler, probably off a size of an H or an M, I would say. Round spoke wheels in the front. They're really nice, just a little surface rust. No, they're not rotted out or anything. Both sides are really good. The front tires they hold air, they're cracking. They're, you know, nice new set of front tires would be nice on this. But again, the round spokes are in good shape, just need to be blasted and painted. The what else we got here? You got the cable that runs along the side here. If nobody knows what that's for, it would hook up to the front here, to those clevises, one on each side, and they go around this pulley here and up to the brakes. So when you were cultivating with the tractors, if you made a hard left or a hard right, it would pull the brake on the inside of the turn and you would spin right around. Since it has the foot brakes now, there's no real need for those. One of the cables is missing. This one's salvageable, but not connected up right now. No real need for it now since you have the turning brakes. Magneto's good. It's putting out a nice hot spark. Got some oil run down here. I just oiled up the valves and everything. I guess I didn't tighten down this cover, but no leaks anywhere else. It sounds good. It runs good. And I think that's about it. I'm going to get up on here and start it up and take it for a little ride. All right, that's it. 1936 F20 with a starter, Heisler manifold, belly pump, PTO extension, new brakes in the rear. And I think that's about it. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Take care.